Good morning. We're gonna do some, hi Kim. We're gonna do some warm-ups for our wrists, shoulders, our core, and some alignment drills to get you ready to practice handstands after this live video. Things that you'll need, you may want blocks. They're optional, you don't necessarily need them, but you can have them. And then some spot on the wall or a chair. I've got a chair here that I'm going to be using. You can also do the thing that I'm going to be doing with the chair on a spot on the wall. So those are your two choices. So we're going to start with our wrists. And I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to start with our wrists. Palms down. We're going to turn them all the way in one direction. Doesn't matter which direction you go first. And we're going to come up to a tabletop position and put some weight into our wrists. And we're going to make some little wrist circles, starting small and easy, warming up the tiny little muscles and tendons in the wrists. And as you start to feel good, you can start rotating the hands around to be in the other direction. And then once you've reached the other direction, we're going to go the other way in our circle. So if you've been going clockwise, we're going to go counterclockwise, and we're going to rotate our hands back around. I think that's going that way. Let's go this way. I don't remember. And once you're back all the way around, we're going to do the same thing, but with our palms face up. So all the way in one direction, putting as much weight as is comfortable in the backs of your hands. And we're going to make little circles. Remember, going clockwise. Slowly turning the hands around. And once you're back all the way around, you're going to go the opposite way. So I'll be going counterclockwise, and I'm going to rotate my hands back around where they were. So let's do some hand flashes. We're going to make a really tight fist, and we're going to flash out. We're just going to do this for a few seconds. And then shake them out back and forth, side to side, circles, whatever feels good. Now we're going to do some finger push-ups up to our first knuckle. So we're going to come into a tabletop position. The more weight you have over your hands, the harder it's going to be. The less weight I have, the easier it's going to be. So I'm just going to push up through my first knuckle on my hand, and we're going to do that a few times, depending on how often you do these. If you've never done them, a few might be too much, or a few might be good enough for you. If you have been practicing handstands more and have been doing these finger push-ups, you might go a little bit longer. I'm going to let you guys choose about how many you feel comfortable with, somewhere between 15 and 30. Make sure that both hands are moving evenly. Both hands are coming up at the same time and going back down at the same time. Make sure you have equal weight in both hands. And then for our next one, we're going to go up to our fingertips. It's hard to see the rug. But I'm going to push up through my fingertips, and I want to keep a nice straight line here. I don't want my wrist to come over. I want to keep a nice straight line. And we'll do anywhere between 10 and 20 of those at your own pace. You will probably need to take less weight into your hands, so shifting the hips back is going to make that a little easier. Awesome. And the last wrist warm-up we will do is a wrist extension. So I'm going to take one hand in front of me with my fingers pointing towards the middle of my body. What I'm going to do is think about grabbing the ground and really digging my fingers into the ground. I'm going to hold for about 5 seconds. And I'm going to release with my fingers and drag my body over, keeping the heel of my hand down on the ground as I drag over. And I'm going to squeeze again. Release with the fingers and then pull over, keeping the heel of your hand down on the ground. You can go as many times as you'd like. Probably about 3 is going to be where you find your maximum extension. And then shake that out. We'll do the other side. Other fingers pointing towards the middle of your body, grabbing the ground and squeezing for 5 seconds. Release and pull. Keep the heel of your hand down on the ground. Squeeze, grab, release, squeeze. And shake that out too. Let's go into our shoulders a little. I'm going to move this up again, just forward. Cool. So we're going to start with some arm chops. Arms down front, very small movements, up and down. Make them as fast as you can, get some heat. And release, we're going to go side to side. We're going to switch which one is on top and which one is on bottom as fast as you can go. And release. We're going to take our arms out to the side, slightly diagonal. We're going to make very small circles forward. Again, try to generate some heat. And back. Forward. And back. I said, we're going to do our arm swings. So I'm gonna move the camera up again. I'm going to take my arms and I'm going to swing them one up and one behind while I'm keeping my rib cage tucked in. I don't want to start arching as my arm comes up. I want to keep this in a nice straight line. I'm going to switch which one goes up and down. And then we will do arm circles nice and big. And sideways, really big circles. And forward. Let's go into a child's pose position. We're gonna do a couple arm lifts. So in my child's pose, I want to keep my knees together to keep my back kind of rounded over my legs. My arms are gonna be straight up overhead, and I'm going to keep my forehead down on the ground as I try to lift each hand. I'm gonna do 10 lifts on each side, and I want you to try to hold at the top and not just sit here and rough it out real quick. I want up, hold, down, up, hold, down. We'll do 10 on each side. And when you're done with your 10 lifts, we're going to go into a puppy pose, but again, focusing on rounding the spine, not letting it arch. So as I slide into my puppy pose, I want to keep my core engaged and keep almost a hollow body position as I press the arms down, not letting my back arch. I'm gonna hold that for just a few seconds. And up. Let's go into our core a little bit here. So we're going to start into a plank, and we're going to go back and forth between a regular plank and an extended plank. So what that means, my normal plank would be here, with my shoulders stacked over my wrists. I'm going to keep my core engaged and keep my hips low. I don't want them to start coming up. Keep them low. As I start walking, my hands out in front of me as far as I can, and then walk them back in. So we're going to do that together 5 times. So we're going to walk out, and back in. It's 1, out, and back in. 2, out, in. 3, 2 more, out, in. Last one, out, and in. And come down. Whew. We're going to move into our dead bugs now. We're going to lay on our back. Need a wider lens, wider angle camera. So from our dead bug, laying on our back, you have the option of keeping legs bent or straightening them. I will show you both variations. So with our bent leg, we're going to try to keep a 90-degree angle at the hip and at the knee. And one leg is going to extend out, come back in, and the other will extend. The whole time I'm doing this, I want to make sure that my lower back is pressing down on the ground. I don't want it to start pulling up off the ground. If you'd like to do this with straight legs, you can do that as well. The arms will switch as the legs switch as well. So wherever you are, we're going to do 10 of those, and I'll let you count at your own pace. I want you to hold at each position for 1 or 2 seconds as well. I don't want you to just get them out real quick. And you can release. Okay. We're going to do an L-sit. So this is where blocks are optional. I'll show you both with and without. So if you have your blocks or textbooks or something about this height, you're going to put them at your sides as your legs are out in front of you. Your hands are going to come to the blocks, and you're going to push up so that your butt comes off the floor. What you're going to do is think about compressing your legs under, and your butt is going to come up a little bit behind you. So as I'm lifting, thinking about trying to get some compression and lifting as much as I can and back down. So we're going to do 5 of those without the blocks. You can do this just on the ground, here, and lift. It's a little easier with the blocks, provides a little extra height for you. So 5 at your own pace. When you're done, you can take a quick stretch, quick breather. And we're going to do another variation of our L-sit. So we're going to lift and hold at that top point, and we're going to try to lift each foot. We're just going to do each foot 2 times, just to kind of get the feeling of this. So I'll show, and then we'll do it together. Lift, lift as high as I can. I'm going to try to lift one foot, and then the other. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and get ready to lift together. Up, and right foot up, left foot up, right foot up, left foot up, and down. Even if your heel doesn't actually come off the ground, as long as you feel your core working, you're doing it. Okay, let's move on to a glute bridge real quick. So we're just going to come to our back with our hands barely grazing our heels. We're going to lift our hips up in the air, really keep as much lift, and we're going to hold this for a few seconds. And come down. Our other variation is a marching bridge. So as I'm lifted, I'm going to take one leg up, and then the other. We're going to do 10 of them, 10 sets. So we can do those together. Get ready, find your hip glute bridge, and right leg, left leg. That's one. Right, left, two, three. Keep the hips up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep the hips up. 9, last one. And come down. Okay. I have just enough time to give you a couple drills that you can work on your own after this is done. So our first drill is shoulder shrugs. So I'm gonna bring out my chair. My wonderful chair assistant. I'm going to come into an inversion position with my hands down, shoulders stacked over my wrists. This is helpful if you have a mirror so that you can make sure that your alignment is correct. And I'm going to put my feet up on the chair. If you have tight hamstrings, you can bend your legs. If you're up against a wall, you can put your feet against the wall. My chair is not sturdy enough to put both on. So we're going to be here. Shoulders stacked over wrists. I'm going to do a couple shoulder shrugs. So that's your first option. For these next, including that one, for these next few drills, you can feel free to try them with me. You can watch and write down notes. You can do both to take them after the video, but I'm going to go through them kind of quickly. So the next one that you can do is a shrug and hold. So before I was just shrugging real quick up and down. This one I'm going to work on the shrug and hold and down. Shrug, hold, down. The next drill is an L shape. So very similar to what we were doing, what I was doing in the shrugs, but I want to try to keep the legs straight this time. So I'm going to find a position where my shoulders are stacked over my wrists. My legs can be straight, and I'm holding here. The next progression is trying to take one leg up, finding some balance, and the other leg. So that's your L-shaped handstand on a chair or a wall. Either work. I have another drill for practicing handstand press. So I think they're called monkey blocks. What we are going to do is come to kind of almost a wide-legged forward fold with our hands down in front of us. What I'm going to do is take as much weight as I can forward over my wrists, coming up to my toes. I really want to try to find as much hover as I can as I bring my toes back forward. So my hands come forward. I'm leaning all of my weight into my hands, coming up to my tiptoes, trying to find as much compression in my core to lift my feet up off the ground. And come to step forward on either sides of my hands. Yours may look a lot like a hop, but you're trying to find a moment of hover right before your feet come back down to the ground. And then my last little drill, a press exercise. You can do this with blocks, a chair as well. I will demonstrate with the chair. Coming into a straddle handstand. Move the chair. I'm going to keep one foot on the chair or the prop. The other one is going to be hovering. I don't know that I have enough room in here, but I will try to demonstrate my best, and you can take it and play with it on your own. But I'm going to come into my straddle handstand, one leg lifted, and you can kind of hold here, see if you can find balance. Next option is to try to lift those toes off your prop. The higher the prop, the easier it's going to be. The lower it is, the harder it's going to be. And that's about it as far as the drills and handstand prep I have for you guys. I have a few minutes if you want questions on alignment or drills or anything like that. So feel free to type in the chat. I'll be here to answer questions for a few minutes. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Thanks for joining, guys. Okay, I'm going to close the stream. Bye, guys. Have a good day.